did either you find Sauce Walka or Sauce Walka find you? I mean,
You know, I'm a big energy person now. In my older years, I realize that's what it is. But so I came across Sauce Walker. I was back before the Sauce. I ran a coalition of DJs with Go DJ High C.
oh hell yeah! Shout out High C. Yeah.
Shout out to Oak.
You ain't small time. You ain't small
Shout out to Oak Cliff.
Yeah, shout out Oak Cliff.
Right?
There you go.
Rudy's Chicken.
You already know. Oh, see, she going down through there now.
Yep, and his mom made the best grape Kool-Aid. I'll
Yeah.
never forget.
Yeah, shout out High C. Mama C.
Yeah,
High C.
for sure. So, so that's really not knowing that Sauce Walker and I had crossed paths right there, actually, but I didn't know it till I actually met Walk 4 years later. So he at the time was AWOC and in the streets, you know, doing his battle rapping and all of those street things. And he would come in and out of the Go DJ house in 3rd Ward. And then they hired me. And High C hired me and cleaned house. So we turned it in. You know, I don't know if y'all ever made it to the Go DJ office back in the day.
Explain, what was it like?
So what was it like? Well, I was new to everything because I came from property management.
Wow. There you go.
So I didn't know, I wasn't, you know, in it because I loved rappers, I loved DJs, I loved music. I've just always like been about the business, like make it make sense with a C, you know? So, so yeah, that's where I met Walk. So then after that, 4 years later, I was doing DJ mixers on my own. And people were like asking me, when are you gonna bring the Sauce Twins? And like after the 10th time, I'm like, well, let me figure it out, you know? So next thing you know, I had the Sauce Twins in Sosa Man, Rizzo, JP, 5th Ward JP, Big Baby Flava. They were at my mixer and they performed. And I'll just never forget it. It was something I never experienced. So at that point, you know, I just started I was like, well, who's the boss? And I just paid attention to Instagram and I figured out it was Sauce Walker. It didn't take much to figure it out. And I contacted him. I didn't know what. I was just like, I feel like I can help you.
So how did you, you know, for a lot of rappers, I'm sure they have a lot of trust issues, right?
Oh, for sure.
So how did you get to the point where you were able to like build this working relationship would turn into a family-oriented type of thing?
Well, when I met Sauce Walker, what I learned about him quickly was he had a brotherhood of brothers, of friends, you know. Yeah. He didn't have a big family, but he had brothers.
Yeah.
So not necessarily the brothers that are now TSF, he had the brothers from the Sandbox. So to me, that I'm an energy person, you know, that tells a lot about somebody, you know, that has it was just a brotherhood. It's kind of like what I grew up, I mean, it was just the feeling of family, right? Yeah. And how the first day when we finally met up and agreed to work, I went home that night and like I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning. First day on the job, technically, 3 a.m. Miss Megan, Sauce got pulled over from the studio and he wants you to get him out of jail. You can meet Sosa Man and he'll give you the money, but you know, he wants you to get him out of jail. I'm like, didn't think twice.
This sounds like a movie. This sounds like a movie already.
So it just didn't even, so now let's fast forward almost 8 years later, I still like, it's definitely a love of a child.
Yeah. How do you hold in that energy as far as, he's a lot of energy, he brings a lot of energy to his brothers, to his guys.
Well, he's an entertainer.
Right. How do you, for you, you know, early on, to manage that energy? Because some
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
We are smooth sailing now. But we've come a long way. How did I know? I mean, first of all, I knew nothing nothing of a AWOC, nothing of a Sancho. I didn't know any of these guys. I had no idea what a pimp was, nothing, right? I'm a Catholic girl from property management in the suburbs. Just so happened to have a friend of a friend that said would be good for you, the DJs. And from there, I guess my parents, growing up, my parents owned their own companies and, were successful. So it was in me to not work for someone, but myself.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.